This is Listen St. Louis with Carol Daniel. When I think about the critical issues facing Black and brown residents in the St. Louis area, I often ask the questions: how did we get here? What's holding us back? And how do we progress? At 9 PBS, we want to deepen our understanding and change the narrative. Join me as I look for answers and discover solutions on today's podcast. Today on Listen St. Louis, a two-part conversation. We talk to a Black couple who is intentional about changing the narrative about marriage in the African American community. What makes their story even more unique is where and how they met, and how they eventually became man and wife, and now parents. And oh, by the way, she happens to be an Olympic gold medalist, an NBC Olympic broadcaster, and he is an award-winning math teacher, track and field coach, and yoga instructor. Dawn Harper-Nelson and Alonzo Nelson join me next on Listen St. Louis with Carol Daniel.
Listen St. Louis with Carol Daniel is supported in part by Midwest Bank Center, the Betsy and Thomas Patterson Foundation, and Orvin and Latrice Kimbrough.
Welcome back to another episode of Listen St. Louis with Carol Daniel, and I have to change the name of the show because today we learned that we have been nominated for our very first Emmy Award. Yes, capital E, the Emmy. So we are so grateful to everyone who plays a role in this podcast. If I talk much longer, I will get teary-eyed because it's been a dream of mine as someone who has 40 years in this industry as a broadcaster. The majority of that was as a radio news anchor, of course. And then I did a stint in television, and now I'm back with 9 PBS, and I have been here 1 year just a couple of weeks ago. And so to get this Emmy nomination, I'll be honest, it was a goal of mine. It was absolutely a goal of mine. I've been honored with the National Newspaper Association Award. I used to write a column many, many years ago for the St. Louis American newspaper. I have received many awards as a radio news anchor, but I had my eye on an Emmy nomination. And thank you, Lord, it has happened. And what they say is true. It is an honor to be nominated. And yes, she is buying a dress. She is going to Kansas City, and she's going to sit there. I have to practice my face in case my name is not called. I don't think that's the face, but I'll work on it. But thank you so much for taking part in this historic journey here at 9 PBS. This is the first podcast that they have ever produced, and I am so thrilled to be part of it. Congratulations to my producer, Leah Gullett. Leah, as I think I've said before, she's 31 years old. I'm 62. This is her first Emmy nomination as well, and I am just overjoyed for her so early in her career. And to our Vice President of Content, Aja Williams, who made the decision that, yes, Carol, we're going to do a podcast, and this is when we're going to do it. So thank you so much, Aja, for your faith in me. So now that you are watching an Emmy-nominated podcast on 9 PBS, don't you think you ought to subscribe? Don't you think you ought to click that button? The answer is yes. So go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and share this podcast. This is another good one, let me tell you. Go ahead and like the podcast, and you can even download it and watch it later. So make sure you comment as well, and we love to read those comments and respond to them. I think we got a comment last week from someone we've gotten London. We've gotten Germany, all over the world. So wherever you are, San Francisco it was, young man in San Francisco commented on the podcast a couple of weeks ago. So wherever you are, wherever you're watching, thank you so much. We appreciate you. So we turn over this way to the Teacher of the Year, an Olympic gold medalist.
Well, hello there.
And married couple, Dawn Harper-Nelson.
Well, hello there.
Hello there.
Hello there.
Alonzo Nelson.
How are you?
Yeah, and we're late in the day because you were in class.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
thank you.
Have to get through the day.
Oh, I have dreamed of talking to the two of you for a very long time because you know how much. Maybe you don't know, but I adore you individually.
Thank you.
It's the people that you are. I really do.
What? We're good people. Right? Oh my goodness! Thank you.
Yeah. I'm fans. I am a fan.
I'm blushing over here.
Right.
But as this loving couple, funny couple, I've loved that as well for you.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
It means a lot. Honestly, we talked about not taking things for granted earlier. We do not take that for granted when someone says that. So thank you so much.
So I'm not the first person.
No, it's awesome.
That's all right.
But what it is it's a blessing that people see like our love and our passion and just I don't know, just us being together and it being a beautiful thing. We love that people see that.
And being parents.
Yeah.
And then both of us, why are we both in here?
Yeah. Yeah. I absolutely love being a dad. Like, it's.
You got to see him.
Yeah, I love it.
I stalk you both on social media, so I see. I see. Baba?
Yes.
Yes. I see you.
He is Baba.
Because you said I'm a parent. It was a post I don't know when you posted that, but you said I am parenting. I am not babysitting.
Nah. Yeah. 100%. Like we in this together.
Yeah.
Like she don't take most of the work, and I just take the pictures. It's like we, So absolutely.
I know you were high school friends and rivals, but how did you meet? I love a good love story.
Okay. Yeah. You want to tell him?
Yeah. You started.
Yes, I'll come in on the part where he was tripping. Go ahead.
Okay. So 8th grade.
8th grade.
8th grade. I went to Lansdowne. I was at Lansdowne Middle School or junior high school in East St. Louis. She went to Clark Junior High School in East St. Louis. And my mother made me go out for track as a punishment because she wanted to humble me. It was a humility. It was a punishment. Track was a punishment, right? And so for me, it was like my biggest fear was losing to a girl. Right? So 7th grade, I remember. So I was in 8th grade when I actually went out. But 7th grade, I just went to a tryout, just watching, and this girl was just waxing the boys. She was just dominating the boys. I was like, I'm going. Like, I walked out the gym.
I'm out.
So then my mom was like,
you ain't gonna embarrass me.
Not at all.
Literally.
And I'm going through puberty and all of this stuff. We're growing up, and I'm like, my self-esteem don't exist as is. I do not need my self-esteem to be buried any lower. But 8th grade, my mom makes me go out, and I'm trying to do whatever it takes to not have to run. So I tried pole vault first, fail. So then the hurdles was next, and I had Coach Perry Hill teach me how to hurdle and everything. Wow. And so I was like, that was the first race that I actually won in my life, right, when I raced. Now, so we raced rock first. So the next track meet, we were racing against Clark.
Woo, Clark. Y'all see that?
And
Best
there's
school.
no girl hurdlers except Dawn.
Yes.
And so they
how
made.
And you can't run a race by yourself.
No.
Never.
So
They put her in the race with the boys.
wow.
And so the race goes off, and I win. And I cross the finish line, and I'm like, yay, I won. And then I see Dawn, and she's livid.
I got second.
She is hot.
Meaning I lost. And just to be honest, I was like, who is that? Who beat me? I need names. I need to know. That was the first time I met him.
So you same age? Were you 8th grade also? Wow.
Yeah, so I beat all the other boys but
Yeah.
him. And I'm like, I don't want to lose. I was like, can we do this again? And he's like, why is she so mad?
Why is
She's
she
a
so
girl.
mad?
Like,
Yeah,
that didn't mean anything to me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had heard that I knew that part of the story, but I didn't know your part of the story.
Yeah.
That's
No,
what I
she
said.
was-
So when I
was
said, let me
hot.
tell you when he was tripping because he beat me. You supposed to
And
let
I
me
was
win.
like, why is she
Feel
so
like this is my
upset?
future
But
wife.
why was he supposed? What?
No, I know the game doesn't work like that, but
I'm not trying to lose to a girl.
No, wait a minute.
In front of East St. Louis.
You
It's
are
true.
super competitive.
Very.
You would not
Absolutely.
have wanted him to let you
no,
win.
I don't. This is very true. This is very
So,
true.
come on now.
So, okay.
But
all
even
right.
if I would have said,
Maybe.
even if I would have said I let her win, she wouldn't have believed that.
I wouldn't have.
But then I couldn't live that down.
Right, that's true.
Granted,
Yeah.
I don't even remember who else was in that race now.
Oh, absolutely, I don't.
But yeah,
So-
that's how we
that's
how
how
we
we
met
met.
because like for me, it was like I noticed her before. She didn't notice though. There was a race prior to the 100 hurdles. It's 200 hurdles, and I noticed her before, and I was like, wow, she is really good. Like she is really good. I had never seen like hurdling like this before, and I was like, she's really good. So then when she got in the race with us, and she was mad at me. I was like, why is she so mad? Like. I was really supposed to win. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
So wait a minute.
harm. There's no harm in her losing.
Now I hear sexism because he was supposed to win because he's a boy.
Right, there we go. Yeah. I love you. I knew that.
But no, so here's the thing though.
Yeah.
That's the only way that it would have been acceptable.
Yeah.
Right? For both parties, right?
That's true. Because back
Me
then,
winning
yes,
and her
absolutely.
losing. Now, if I lost
Yes.
and she won, then
Yeah,
I
you
would
and
probably
She would
would've-
not. You have not have wanted to know who's that who
Right,
lost to
I
me.
would have not known who
yeah.
that guy was.
Yeah.
He'd have told me.
There
That
it
one
is.
day we raced. I was like, "Where were
we would
you?"
have never met. We would have
Yeah.
never met. I was like, that's the girl that beat me in the 8th grade. I don't want to talk to her ever.
So how did you then?
so
that's
sad.
when you met. You raced, but how did you meet?
So, well, from there,
Because you're in
I'm-
different schools.
Yeah.
Yes, this is true. That's true.
Summer track.
Yes, summer track. Yeah.
So summer track, there's a boys team, the Dashers at this time, and the Railers, the
girls team.
historic Railers.
Coach Fenoy. I was about to say,
Yeah.
Coach Fenoy. Nina
And
Fenoy.
so
The
we all
historic
practiced at
Coach
the same
Fenoy, yes.
Absolutely. We was practicing at the same time, and one of her teammates / friends approached me about Dawn, and it was like,
Oh, it's a
it was like,
setup.
yeah, it was a setup, and I was like,
Did you
yeah.
know she was? Did you send
She
her?
had. It was one of those like, I'm gonna go ask him if he like you. And
Yeah.
I was like, what? Girl, don't do that. What? What? She was like, I'm gonna go ask him. And so I'm like, it was one of those like, I mean,
Do you
yeah,
like
but
me? Yes.
right.
Do you
That's
like me? You
know,
exactly.
It
one.
wasn't that cute though.
I didn't know that she was doing this.
I got
She,
I
like,
got
cornered
cornered.
him
I got cornered in the locker room.
I didn't know all this.
Like, you like my friend? I was like,
She was going to beat you
yes.
up if you said no. That's what's happening.
The answer is yes. Okay. Yes.
Did you say yes under duress?
I
Or
was-
did you really
All
liked
of this
it?
is coming out
it
years
was
later.
it was a lot of
Are
stuff.
we supposed to be married?
It was a lot
Yes.
of stuff. It was a lot of stuff. But yeah, that's how we like kind of officially met.
But then I
Ish.
always say this: we never dated though. He
Never
was
dated.
always my super cute friend, Alonzo.
Yeah.
He was always the guy that when he came around, he was a problem for me. You know what I'm saying? That guy that you like even okay, I dated somebody else, but Alonzo came around. It was like, oh, okay, Alonzo's here. That's the problem. If you're ever, if anyone is listening, if you're ever in a relationship and someone else comes around and they make you,
You in the
like,
wrong relationship.
you in the wrong.
Absolutely.
You need to be by yourself until you figure out what that is.
Right.
Yeah,
So,
there
was that.
were times when like when I was dating someone else and she called me and
I did not know
everything
this.
stopped. Everything stopped.
Ooh.
He said they would be sitting down watching.
Yeah.
This is in college now. In college, he said they'd be watching a movie. He said he like, oh, my friend Dawn calling. Hold. What?
Yeah,
he was
like-
like, and that girl didn't like you. Well, no, she wasn't gonna like me.
There was just this thing. There was this thing about our relationship
It
where
was.
like I just felt like she came first, right? I was like
is
she
so
was just
interesting.
very important to
Was
me.
she your best friend? Or you never
But we
said
didn't
that?
say we.
No,
you
it
didn't
was
say
just-
that. No,
It was
Yeah.
she wasn't my best friend, but she was like a special friend that I unconsciously like realized that was like very important to me. And like so important that like every I wouldn't say monumental or every moment
You would think of
I was-
telling her.
I,
No,
I was
he
there.
there.
Oh.
I was
You
present.
still don't understand.
and
how.
I don't know. You know what I mean?
An example
Destiny.
when I
Yeah.
literally,
But you
when
were gonna
I
say?
made the Olympic team. In the stands, I remember crossing the line. You know, I'm waiting for my name to pop up. My name pops up, and then of course, all the emotions. You're crying. I'm like, oh my God, really? I mean, just the
Yeah.
ugly cry. And so I'm going around and waving at people in the stands. I don't know anybody there because at the time, my family we didn't have money to come out to Oregon, and maybe she makes the team.
She was like she
And so-
wasn't expecting.
No, I wasn't expecting.
Like,
so
yeah.
it was a surprise. So I'm waving at the fans, and I'm like, Lonzo, he's in the stands.
Dawn.
And it was like
you
what-
did,
it was
you did.
It was like home
Yeah.
was there.
Oregon?
in Oregon, yeah.
Home
These are
was
Olympic
there.
trials?
Mhm, Olympic trials.
Why did you go?
So we were in the same training camp. Like
Were we in, at that
yeah.
time?
Oh, well, we weren't training together, but I was living with Bobby Kersey.
Yes.
Right? And so I went everywhere with Bobby. And I got in the stands. And it's funny, like I had a hot dog in my hand, I had something else in the other hand, right? And I think about this moment. I was like, I should have dropped. I was hungry though. I should have
Drop that hot dog.
I should have dropped the hot dog and hopped the fence. I would have hopped the fence
Yeah.
because I was so happy for her.
Yeah.
But like just having that, I saw it happen real time. Right. Another example is
Wow.
when she, right after she in high school, sophomore year,
Oh yeah.
right after she found out she hurt her knee, and she's at sectionals. It happened to be at Eastside. I happened to be at the finish
Finish
line.
line.
And
he's not supposed to be able to be where he was at the finish line.
There's no reason for me to be at the finish line. She crosses the finish line and like you kind of stumbled or something like that.
Yes, because I had a torn PCL and meniscus.
Yeah.
And so I was literally limping around, trying to do what I needed to do because I wanted to win.
And
I caught her at the finish line.
When I fell across the
there's a photo of that.
I wish. Back then.
I feel like there's a photo of that.
This was
no?
what? 2000.
1990.
2000.
Yeah, 2000.
You see what I'm saying? 2000.
Yeah.
People weren't, first of all, you old.
You were
if you
like
said 2000 was old.
doing the camera, rolling the thing.
You know,
you need
literally.
that.
Somebody's got a picture.
Which makes me mad because I'm like, why couldn't we be born, just for picture-wise, around this time?
Around this time,
so that we would have all that.
everybody was
It'd be
video
all-
recording
yeah,
this.
yeah.
Yeah.
They'd be like, look at this
But
beautiful moment. I would go, huh. Just add to it.
So when
Yes.
Okay.
does the switch get turned? Because clearly
Yes.
the light is on, it's the
is
dimmer.
on.
We're using a dimmer switch
Yes.
on this relationship, and somebody's
Yeah.
turning the dimmer up.
Very
So I think the switch started in
Y'all thought I was going to talk about gold medals in
Right,
Paris.
right.
You didn't know that
Yeah.
I was going to hit him with the...
Because she knows. I mean, who
Because
told her?
I love the love, and there's nothing if there is no love. So I just love the love.
Let's
so.
say it's around 2009. I would say 2009 I say 2009. Here's why, right? 2009, she dominates. She is dominating, right? I'm not at US. I'm not at nationals. I'm actually watching it.
Mind you, I don't know where he's going right now, so I'm really listening with you.
Oh,
just so
okay,
you
well,
know.
good.
I'm like,
There's two of us here.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So because over the years, every time she does something, I always send her a message. She never responded or anything. I would send her a message on Facebook. Like,
see. I'm starting to see.
congratulations.
Okay.
Congratulations, you did this. Congratulations.
And she wouldn't
needs to-
respond?
She would never respond.
Okay.
Right. But this was like, again, we weren't
I know
best
where he's
friends,
going
but
now.
this
Okay.
was
You get
right.
it? Okay.
And so
All right. I don't, but so you
2009,
hush.
right? 2009, she done already won the Olympics. She got this contract. She dominating. She don't need me no more. I didn't say anything.
And then
She sends me this raving message about how dare you not say anything
he's supposed
about
to be there. He's my constant. What else is going on in your life where you did not witness what I'm doing right now? Tell me you're proud. Hello.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I was just like, wow, really, Alonzo?
Yes.
It was that like,
Exactly.
So when did
I
you
was
check
wrong.
yourself?
it was a while. It wasn't then. It wasn't then.
Yeah.
Let me say that.
Yeah.
I stayed upset for a little bit. And then, so I think my issue was, he was always he was always
There.
yes, and that person he was he was Alonzo. He was special to me, and so it was almost like him not saying something. It was like, am I not special to you? Although I never really said he was. I never said this to him that you're special. But it was like, you're supposed to know that. And then now you're not here. Wow, am I not special to you? What's going on?
The
Where you
void, there's a
wouldn't-
void,
Yeah.
clearly a void.
Yes. And the final switch, I would say, when the demo was just like beaming, was when, so in October 6th, I have my
that's the
own
next
day.
year, actually.
Yes. So the next year, I have my own day
A year
in Illinois.
later?
Yes.
It was
Okay.
actually 2 years later. Yeah.
Yes, 2.
Yeah.
9 now, 2011. Yes.
Yeah.
So I have my own day. 2008, they gave me my own day in the state of Illinois, October 6th. And so I go to different schools and speak and, motivate, encourage. I'm like, just because kids are my thing. And I made this announcement kind of online. I know online.
Yeah.
But I had the day before, I went for, was it the day before?
No.
That happened. That's the 2010 situation.
So this
That's
is
what
why
I'm
it was a
saying,
year.
2 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a lot. Okay, so 2009, I sent him this message of like, how dare you? Okay. Then the next year, 2010, I'm going for a run in the park. But when I'm going on a run, I'm working out. I'm not here to talk.
Right.
He pulls
I
up
played the
beside
long
me.
game, folks. I played the long game.
Tripping. I know they said don't mess with the mic. Tripping. So I'm going on a run in the park, in Jones Park. And there, I don't like going on long runs. So I'm absolutely like, I don't want to talk. I'm just trying to get this run in. I'm trying to be focused. And he pulls up beside me in his car and he's like, Dawn. And so I'm running and I'm like, hey, but I probably was very rude. Thank God he knows me. Because I really was like, hi, like, I don't want to talk right now. I'm on a run. And so he's like, hey, like, how you doing? I'm like, Lonzo, we'll talk later. And so he's like, okay. And I run off or he pulls off. And a year goes by. I did not reach out.
Yeah.
I know. He loves me a lot. Understand. ladies, if they love you, they love you. They gonna be there, even when you tripping multiple times, multiple years. A year goes by, and then I post, "Hey, I'm going to be going to different schools in East St. Louis for Dawn Harper Day," and he sends me this message. Will you come? Like, will you be able to squeeze in my school? And I was like, sure. Now he says he really didn't have anything set up because he didn't think I was going to say yeah.
I didn't know she was going to respond.
Oh,
right.
And so I'm like, because weird, I was flicking the switch on and off because I'm like, sure, it's Lonzo, yeah. And he's like, what? So he has to go to the school like, Dawn's coming, Dawn's coming, yeah. And I go into the school and I remember talking in the classroom that he was teaching at the time. And one of the girls kind of asked a question like, so what do you do, you know, if a boy, you kind of like a boy, but he's kind of playing.
Set up.
No, the Lord sent her, for sure. Kind of asking, like, what do you do if you like a boy, but he's kind of, and I basically said all the things of, like, I like Mr. Nelson. I pretty much was like, well, you know, I don't even, it was weird how
you
I
said that in
it.
the class?
Yeah.
I didn't say his name, but I was kind of like, there was this guy that I kind of liked, and for some years, he kind of, and I'm like, you guys may know him, or, you know, like, I did the whole, like, drop the mic and
in his class.
In his class. And he says basically
They're
I blew up.
graders.
He said I basically blew up his class for the day. He said the kids were like, Mr. Nelson, Mr. Nelson, Mr. Nelson, Mr. Nelson.
So they knew it was you.
Yeah, absolutely. Because she
I was very tasteful, but I said, you know, because I said there
said
may
without
be
saying it.
a situation where you like someone and it's not the right time. You may like them. They may go on in life and play a couple of games, but you know. Yeah.
You are something.
Yeah, she is.
I am. But when you're worth it, huh? You wait on them and let them straighten themselves out. That was me talking about
She's
straighten
pointing at
myself out.
herself.
Yes,
Yeah.
I am for sure. I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was worth it.
For sure. So then that evening, I send her a message about like just finally telling her how I felt.
Yes.
Because I was going to say it last year. Didn't get the chance, but
When
I
you
didn't
stopped
call.
her while
When
she
I-
was
yeah.
running. Mhm.
Yeah, so but we didn't call or text or
Yeah.
anything like. But at this moment, this was the time. Like I knew.
He
and
did
I
the
saw it.
full, like, it was a
Yeah.
movie. I mean, the full, like, you know, Dawn, since the day, like, I met
He
you.
wrote
the
you a letter.
full- and honestly, I literally sat there as I was reading it. I told myself, this is literally what I've been waiting for since the day, like, I've met him. And I
Waiting
remember,
for him to say it?
Yeah, I know. And I know. And I literally, all I could do, I remember reading it and I'm getting like choked up and all I go is, me too. And I dropped my phone. I was like, I fell on the bed. I did the full, like, I can't believe it. Kicking, like, this is so great. I did. Yes, I know. And all I can say was me too.
And you guys are, I'm guessing, are you
27.
20? Yeah,
Yeah.
not 30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
27
You're not
at the
30.
time.
27.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
my gosh. And
Yeah.
clearly you were meant because you're such a great couple.
Thank you.
Thank
You're
you
a
so
great,
much.
great couple.
Thank you. Yes. So that was a little
Wow.
roundabout how we got.
No,
Yeah.
no, I love it. I
Yeah.
love all of it
So
because
long.
people need to, I feel like people need to understand how relationships happen.
Yeah. Mhm.
And it isn't like the movies,
Yes.
although there are cinematic moments,
Yeah.
Sure.
you know, and you
Yeah.
have to mature
You
in
do.
it.
Yeah.
Because I can't imagine you with anyone else. I just
same,
not at all.
same. And
Oh,
we
my
also, one thing that, we did forget to say this part. So when we were younger in high school, both of our parents said you can't date. Okay.
Yeah.
anyone, not each other,
Oh,
but
yeah,
anyone.
Date.
Anyone.
Period.
Yeah.
And my mom's
Yeah.
like, no, you're too young. We're not doing that. His parents said the same.
My
and
dad
I remember.
was a minister. Is a minister in the church. Like, and my parents were like, there ain't no boyfriend and girlfriend in God. And I was like, yes, sir, yes, ma'am.
And so the maturest thing I've ever heard in my life that he said, I remember my junior year, I finally went to my mom and I'm like, Mom, okay, like I'm a junior. Can I date? And first my mom asked me, she said, okay, well, what will change between your relationship with the boy when you start to date? What? I was like, first of all, I wasn't ready for that. Like, you know, you're just ready to hear her say yes. But she's like, I need to know where your head is. So we have this whole
And your
conversation.
body.
Well, yes. And then the next day I go to Alonzo and I say, okay, like, it was such an unspoken thing. And I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, so my parents say I can date. Like, do you want to date? And he said he knew he wasn't ready. And he said, I know if I start to date you, he's like, I'm not ready for this. And
There'll be no reason.
there will be no reason to break up with you.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm not ready for that. He's like, I don't want to scar us and have all these things we
Yeah, I
got to
wanna
get
mess
over
this up. I
all
don't want
these
to break
years.
your heart or any of that stuff.
Wow.
A junior saying, I know I'm not ready. And I know that you're the type of girl where
There's no
Yeah.
reason. Yeah.
Wow.
And so you talking about? Remember earlier said you got mad? Oh, I could have burnt the school down.
Oh, it hurt me too, though. It hurt me too.
Hurt you to say it?
Because it hurt me because of the repercussions. When you make a decision, when you do stuff like that, there's always that other part, the other side of the coin. Like, so since she ain't gonna be with me, who she gonna be with? And she was with my best friend. Yeah.
I need some water. Look, we both listen. Everybody, take a sip. Everybody.
So,
Yeah.
so but it's so much to that.
But it's not even. It's
You have done some things.
It's how I found out.
Oh
but
no!
I was at his house. We was having a sleepover.
And
I was like,
she comes over.
She called. She's called. He's on the phone. I ain't never heard this boy giggle. I was like, why are you giggling?
You are so silly.
I was like, who got you giggling like this? He was like, oh, it's Don. And my heart dropped.
Wow.
So I didn't know Alonzo was there, and so Alonzo like, give me the phone. And he gets on the phone. He's like, hello, and I'm like. And I'm only one in the room. I'm like, somebody take the phone.
Y'all.
But understand, it wasn't a he said no, and then all of a sudden I was like, oh, I'm going to just date your friend. It wasn't, you know what I mean, like that. But his friend had always been like, hey.
He was always hollering at you,
He
girl.
was always. And so I was like, well, what kind of best friend is he? Huh? No,
You
that
said
didn't help me out.
It does not help you out at all, Don.
Well, I just want to say this. This interview isn't working out for me so far. When we gonna turn around for because it's still more to the story that I'm a decent young lady.
No, you are. That's why I stayed
need you to
around.
say it, 'cause me
I
saying it
stayed
sound like-
around behind the bushes like, they shouldn't even be together.
He definitely he said what he said, and he was right.
No, yes.
Yeah.
No, for sure. And you know what? And to this day, I am so thankful that he was mature enough. Because think about this. We would have, that many years in, there's no telling the things that we would have had to forgive. And I'm not saying everyone does, but the things that we would have had to
So
forgive.
many bumps
in,
that we would have had to take.
so many. And our kid would have been, what, 18, 19? You know what I'm
kid
saying?
would
And we
be-
weren't ready for any of those
None of
things.
that stuff.
Any
Yeah.
of those things.
And now we are 11 years
We are
11 years
in, and I don't know who's older. Are you both?
I'm months too.
it's my old lady.
So he laughed and he said, "I'm his old lady." I was born in May and him in August,
Yeah.
only by some months. I'm like, "Sir, you will not do that."
I'm like, it's a long time.
So he's so slow.
You know how much of a difference a couple of months is.
Oh, when they Harper and Zoe's age,
No, I'm talking about
5 and
being
1 year old.
pregnant. That's a long time.
It is.
Yes.
Oh my gosh!
Well, when you talk
Stop
about
it.
pregnancy, that's years.
I am also months older than my husband.
Oh,
Oh,
are you?
that's so funny.
And when our youngest son, who's 24, found out that I was older, that rocked his world. He did not know how to take that. And he said to me, "But Daddy's stronger than you, isn't he?"
You know what? I'm like,
Are we sexist at 3? At 3? We're trying to figure it out?
Right.
And I said, yes, he's stronger than I am. And he was like,
Equals
okay.
strength.
so he could accept. Okay, all
He
right.
could
I was
accept
right in
that.
the world.
He could accept that. The
That's
world is
funny.
now, right side because my daddy's
Kids are
strong.
hilarious.
They are hilarious.
I love it, though,
They
yeah.
are hilarious.
Listen St. Louis with Carol Daniel is supported in part by Midwest Bank Center, the Betsy and Thomas Patterson Foundation, and Orvin and Latrice Kimbrough.